her friends, sharing recipes together, stories and songs, making new memories, the heart of the home.
Hey guys, welcome to Heart of the Home. The heart of the home really is the kitchen, where people gather together to spend time with each other, enjoy great food, great conversation. And today we're going to have a great conversation and a whole lot of music from the man himself, Mr. Elijah. Now let me tell you how I got him here. Halibut from Alaska.
That stuff's good.
Did that do the trick?
Yeah, that don't grow in Tail Creek, does it?
No, it does not.
Wow.
No, it does not. My granddaughter actually caught this in Alaska, shipped it to us, and we have cooked it up, and it is yummy.
It is good.
I had to do two things to get to spend some time with this man. I had to buy these. Do you know what this is?
I do.
What? Tell folks what it is.
That's a rutabaga.
Tell folks what I did when you said.
Smart folks eat rutabagas.
Yeah. I don't eat rutabagas, but I'm going to cook him some. We have had several months of just good fun, good times from these mountains where you live and you love, and you write the music about the mountains that you love.
Mm-hmm.
We are at the foot of Fort Mountain, right?
Yes, we are.
And what do you call this place besides heaven? Pretty close?
It's close. It's very close. I spend a lot of time. I go up on Fort Mountain all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I hike in those trails and I walk around the lake. And now some of those trails on Fort Mountain, you can get more hiking than you bargained for. If you're careful.
And didn't you see a bear a couple of nights ago?
Yesterday?
Yep.
Yes, I did.
Yep. And did the bear like you, or are you scared of it?
He didn't seem too interested.
Oh, good.
And that's a good thing.
That's
isn't
a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to admit something to you. You don't like tartar sauce, and I didn't make tartar sauce. I've never eaten fish without tartar sauce, but you get more taste of the fish without tartar sauce, don't you?
Yeah. Tartar sauce ain't nothing but funny tasting mayonnaise.
Camouflage. It's camouflage for bad fish. So.
Uh-huh.
And this is not bad fish. Not bad fish. Let's talk a little bit about the history of the table. The table we're sitting at.
Yep.
Tell me about it.
I went with my mother and daddy in 1964 out to Lathamtown from Freehome area.
Mm-hmm.
There was a store out there. I don't know, I can't remember the name of it, but they sold furniture. And we bought a new kitchen set that evening in 1964. Imagine that. That's when the Beatles came to America.
That is too cool.
I know.
That is too cool.
I remember loading this up and bringing it home that night, at the evening. And we've had it many, many years after that. And then things turned, and things were different. And then some years ago, way back, actually, everything's way back. I was over at Mom's one evening in Chatsworth, and she showed me, we was out there looking at an old building, and there was this table.
Oh, wow.
And I said, oh, gosh.
You got to have it.
Yeah, so I got it, and we restored and fixed, and here it is.
Yeah, well,
I've eaten a lot of food off of this table.
Well, it's retro. And today, let's talk a little bit about the menu, because the menu is designed completely around Mr. Elijah. In order to get him to do live music for us and to let us do his beautiful, amazing songs that you have written, I had to do fried turnips, collard greens, pinto beans, cream-style corn, halibut, coleslaw, sweet potatoes. Is that all?
I am a negotiator.
Yes, you are, and you're a
I don't
good
have
one.
to negotiate these deals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a good
if
one.
you're going to get any singing done.
Oh, and wings with blackberry sauce that you probably won't like because it's a little bit sweet.
I'll try.
But you picked how many 5 gallons of blackberries right here around this property?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right over there.
Yeah, and then I suckered you in because I made you first blackberry cobbler, and you went, okay, that's pretty good. So we got to share some blackberries, and I like this drizzled over these wings.
Well,
So
I can't wait. I bet it's good.
We're going to try it.
I've never had that.
It's a little bit sweet, and
Well,
you don't like sugar.
Well,
Every
it's
once in a
okay.
while. We'll call it
we'll try
dessert.
some of it. Yeah.
Let's call it dessert.
Okay.
Let's call it dessert.
Chicken for dessert.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the song Welcome to Elijah. Tell me, because our audience is going to be bigger and wider than ever before because we're going on YouTube with this. When we think about Elijah, it is truly 90 miles from Atlanta, but a lot of folks have never ever heard of it.
Yeah. I don't know, is it 90 miles? I said in the song
You said that.
about 90 miles north of Atlanta.
Yeah.
So close, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wrote about things I remember and people I've known. And I dropped a few hints in that song, something about you could get more than you bargained for back in those days in LJ. Well, there's some rough characters hung out at that Red Dot parking lot. And you didn't want to go out there with the wrong attitude or they'd adjust it for you in a hurry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And back in the good old days.
I love cars. You love cars. One of my favorite stories that you've ever shared are about the guys who probably might have run a little moonshine in their life and then learned some amazing driving techniques.
I know.
And now you build amazing cars from 396 Chevelles with a 375 horsepower engine to
That's
57.
375, not 25. Okay.
Yeah.
We fixed that 25 business.
Yeah. You love that, and that's kind of your retirement. That's your chilling time.
Mm-hmm. I love it up there.
Yeah.
It's just right there, 57.
57.
We are actually Monday, that's what I was talking about just now on the phone. Ronnie Harrington and Glenn Arnold and Josh Goebel are all coming up here, and we're going to set the engine in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's in the 57 Fairlane?
That's the Fairlane, the 390 GT engine.
Wow.
The engine that's liable to shut that 396 down.
Don't say those words.
No.
Don't say those words. No.
Well, it could happen.
No. I don't know about that. Now, who built the guy in Blue Ridge? Did he build that 390?
Yeah, some guy in Blue Ridge built a 390 high performance GT.
Yeah.
And it's got a little stuff in it, so it's going to snort. Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Yeah. That 375 Chevelle better get up early that morning.
Is Candy going to get her feelings hurt? She's only a 312.
Yeah. Candy's pretty.
Candy is pretty. And very dependable, and that's what matters. Now let's talk a little bit about your other loves. GMC. You've got a GMC. Tell a story about how you got that GMC. That's pretty cool.
A friend of mine, Ronnie Garland, was the executor of the estate that had that GMC. I had looked at it forever, sitting down there under a shed at the foot of Corbin Hill. And
a 1950 model.
I'm talking with my mouth full.
He likes that fish.
This dabbling fish is so good I can't stay away from it. But anyway, it sat there at the foot of the hill of Corbin Hill for 40-something years, 42 we think.
Wow.
And I never dreamed I'd own it someday. I always looked at it every morning going by there on the bus. And every night. And then the old guy passed away, and now the truck belonged to his father. And he died at 84 years old. The truck was his father's. His name was Jim DeGord, and he's got grandkids here in the county right now. I can't remember her name, but she is Johnny Connor's wife. And then there's Johnny Sue Davis, Ronnie Garland's wife, and she's tied in some way. They brought her home from the hospital in this truck.
Wow.
You're going to be seeing that truck here a little while later on in this program.
We are, yes.
And it's a good truck. I drive it all the time. Please excuse me. I drive it all the time around these back roads and count turkeys and deer and bears and
snakes.
Yeah, and some wild hogs. One evening that sort of busted my nerves.
Yeah.
2 big wild hogs and 2 little babies ran out on me up there on the mountain one evening.
And you didn't kill them and bring them home?
I was scared of them. No, Lord, no.
You don't hunt?
No, I
You
don't.
fish?
Never been hunting,
You
never
don't
been fishing,
watch
but I will
ball
eat your fish.
You don't watch ball games.
This is called what again?
Halibut. Halibut from Alaska.
Does it only grow in Alaska?
Yes, it does, and it came out of Cook's Inlet in Homer, Alaska, and it is, honest to goodness, I believe it's the best fish in the world.
It is really, really, really good.
It is really good. Yeah. Well, today we're going to share a little bit of your life, a little bit of your music, and when you started giving me CDs, I would like this song, like this song, like this song, but I've Been Wrong Before was that song that just it captivates people, and you just over and over and over.
It's a good song.
Over and over and over. But then you gave me the Hank, and that was it. There's a
bunch of good songs on that one.
I put that in that Bose system, and it just blasts, and that is so cool. So when we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to put all the food out. We're going to let the neighbors eat, and
Wow.
You think they'll be happy?
Lucky neighbors, yeah, I think they're going to be
I think
happy.
they're going to be happy.
I think they will.
I think they will. Well, we'll be back, and the next time you see us, the table's going to be full of food. So we'll be back in just a minute.
Yes.
Woo! Woo! Fall in the air, and here go the turnips and the onions, and oh my gosh.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says welcome to North Georgia. The leaves are falling and the mountains are calling. Take the back roads and really get to know North Georgia. Combine the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Cherie Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
I feel good, I got my best jeans on, I feel fine. I'll call my baby on the phone. We're going down to Jamie's and watch them shoot a game of 9. Jackie Dunn will be there in his ragtop 59. My grill is clean, I've got an 8-track in the dash of my machine, and I know every single line. Yeah, Susie's got her dress on, hanging high above her knees. And when she smiles for the Nikon, you know it's such a sight to see. It's Friday night in the southern city lights. Wheels will turn and the rubber's gonna burn. The glass packs are racking, the power play is screaming loud. We'll cruise the red dot parking lot and see who all is in the crowd. 'Cause I feel good, I got my best jeans on, it's all fine. I'll call my baby on the phone. We're going down to Jamie's and watch them shoot a game of 9. Jackie Dunn will be there, and you better not step out of line. Yeah.
Look at this view. Look at this amazing life. How blessed.
Sit right here.
Yes, in the middle. Thank you so much.
Gosh.
Thank you. So is this the meal you ordered?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
You happy?
I'm happy.
Does
Yes,
that mean
I'm
you're
very
going to
happy.
sing?
I'll sing a song.
Or 2, or
Or
3,
5.
or
Yeah.
5. Yay,
Yeah.
exciting. Dwight, thank you so much for doing this. This is amazing.
I didn't do anything. You did.
You opened your home to us.
Well, it's
though.
not my home, but it's open.
It's amazing. It's amazing. This is awesome. Now we're going to sit down. We're going to play
You know,
your song.
you should have had a cooking show on TV.
I did.
I don't know why you didn't have one.
I know it. You know, and let's go back to my producer died in December. And honestly, I was ready to just give up doing it. And then Tim came back. And,
Tim's
and
the
we
man.
said
Tim,
when,
the guy holding this camera right now
is
is
the
the
man.
man. Okay.
when I lost Fred, I thought, I don't know how to do magical cooking without him. And we're doing it again. So isn't it awesome, Tim? Thank you so much. Yay, 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 yay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to sit down and we're going to enjoy a bite to eat. And then you're going to sing for us, right?
During eating or after?
No, after
okay,
eating.
I gotta eat.
Yeah.
I can't sing. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to eat. Yeah, he's got to have a little nutrition.
Yeah,
so we're
I
going to
gotta
do
eat.
that, guys. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Welcome to LJ, folks.
Yeah.
This is how we do it in LJ, Georgia.
That's right. That's right.
Many years ago, in days of childhood, I used to play till the evening sun would come. Then wandering down an old familiar pathway, I could hear my mother call that set of sun. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last. Some of my fondest memories of my childhood were woven around supper time. And Mom, I remember how you used to call from the steps of our old home place. You'd always say, "Come home, son, it's supper time." What I'd give to hear that just one more time. But you know, time has woven a realization of truth that's even more thrilling. And that's when we hear that call from the portals of glory to come home for supper time. When all of God's children gather around the table with the Lord Himself, and we celebrate the greatest supper time of all. Come home, it's supper time. The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, it's supper time. We're going home at last.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time, and delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, LJ, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Hey y'all, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed Dwight Sanford and Mr. LJ doing Supper Time, one of my very favorites. But Dwight Sanford, was that meal good enough for you to do my absolute favorite?
That meal was good enough to do anything.
All right.
What is it you'd like? What song is it you want to hear?
Mama's Prayers.
All right.
Gosh, love that song.
Back when I was doing time, there's a night I can't forget. A madman with a knife in hand tried to kill me while I slept. But somehow the knife missed its mark, and I pinned the raging man. Somehow my mama's prayers had worked again. Mama's prayers were always with me through the battlefields of life. She prayed for me and said amen in the name of Jesus Christ. From the death house in San Quentin, I walked away a better man. Somehow my mama's prayers had worked again. One night while we were driving across the mighty Texas plains, a car pulled out with its headlights out, head on into our lane. As Dean Roll swerved to miss the car, I felt a mighty hand. Somehow my mama's prayers had worked again. Mama's prayers were always with me through the battlefields of life. She prayed for me and said amen in the name of Jesus Christ. From the death house in San Quentin, I walked away a better man. Somehow my mama's prayers had worked again. Somehow my mama's prayers had worked again.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was better than the halibut.
Yeah, well, that halibut was good.
That's better than the halibut. You know, you love Merle Haggard, you love Hank Sr., you love so many of the great artists, and you are working now on a really great project that's going to be your fan favorites. And I can say you admire so many entertainers, but you are such a good writer. This is going to feature their music, your music, a little bit of everything.
Yes, it is. I can tell you that this project will move fast, okay? Because all I'm going to do is tweak a little bit and get it remastered and repackage it.
It'll
And,
be gone to market.
It'll be done.
Yeah.
It'll be
That's
done
exciting.
quick.
Now we're sitting here. Can we talk a little bit about the tree? Because I had our camera guy do a shot of that beautiful, beautiful tree.
Yeah.
And you have a leaf from that tree? Is that
No, it's not from this tree.
Not from that tree?
It's from somewhere back in these woods.
Okay.
But to right here, my little trailer used to sit right there. And my daddy walked up here one day and he said, I got you something.
Yeah.
And he had this humongous oak leaf. It came from back there somewhere. It was so out of the ordinary large that he thought it was cool, and he brought it to me. He said, I brought you that. And
Yeah.
I've kept it. It's locked away, and I've thought about getting it dipped in gold, but now I don't know. Gold's so high now, I don't know about that. But
wouldn't that be cool?
You could have it brassed or something like that. But I've still got it. It's just like it was the day you handed it to me. Great big oak leaf. And then I named the little studio that I have over here, Oak Leaf Studio.
Right. Now you produce other people's music, but your
All the time.
your heart is in some of the older folks that you've known most
Oh,
of your
yeah.
life.
Yeah, boy.
And you've been working really, really hard on a project for one of our dear friends, Vic Davis.
Yeah.
Who just went through surgery and
I
did
know.
great.
He's made it just fine. He's over at his daughter's house right now in Flowery Branch.
88 years old.
88 years old, and I finished about to finish. I got to tweak them a little more. I'm about to finish 4 songs for him, and it's going to be a very special project. And this is going to go fast too. We'll hit Nashville with it and get it right down here immediately.
I've been watching the sessions as you do what you do, and to say that you are multi-talented would be like the truest statement ever, because you do the drums, you do the bass, you do the lead, you do the rhythm, you do everything, and you put it all together piece by piece, and then you perfect it to a point that you're like, you perfect it, and then you perfect it again. Have you noticed that about you? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I go back over it till I get it like I want it.
Yeah.
And sing some harmonies and get things done. Old Vic's tickled to death. He's going to be real tickled when he hears this. He hadn't heard it yet.
I know. I'm excited for him. I'm excited.
He hadn't heard it.
Let's talk about where you get your musical talent. Your precious mother.
My precious mother and my daddy was, he was talented too. He could sing like everything. Play guitar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was real talented.
Yep.
They both did.
Well, when we look at these mountains, this is inspirational. Your writing has to come from these beautiful mountains. And I might say having dinner here was better than being at the Ritz-Carlton in Atlanta.
I don't know where you'd go. You'd burn a lot of gas before you ever found anything to match this. And then you might not steal.
No.
This was a good dinner.
This was the perfect setting, the perfect timing. We were blessed with cooler weather, and you have a fire going over there in the fire
Absolutely.
pit, and we're going to share a little bit of music over there with that fire and the atmosphere.
And we're on the top lot, folks. We're at the Dwight House over on the top lot.
Yep. We've got 57 Heaven, which is my favorite place, because that's where,
a fine place to be.
Yeah, I love to hear you talk about the cars and talk about your dear friends and how many times y'all have worked together on engines and things. And that's a special part of life. As you hit retirement, you're busier than ever.
Seems that way. I told somebody one time, if I don't quit retiring, I'm going to work myself to death.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but we're doing good.
Yeah, and having fun. And I said that's the key to what we're doing. We are truly having a good time, and at a time that the world is looking around. We're approaching 9/11, the anniversary of 9/11. And we have a quilt in the back of Jim that is one that your mama made you.
Yes, she did.
And we have photos of that. If you decide you want to go somewhere, you can throw your picnic basket in, throw your quilt in, go have a picnic on any of these beautiful mountains in LJ.
Absolutely.
And does that inspire your writing? Is that why you do?
I'm not sure. As I've said before, it is inspiring, and it could be subconscious or something. I don't know, but when I write a song, the best songs I've ever written just came. It could be 3 a.m. or on the tractor, like I've said, or it could be anything. Who knows?
Isn't that crazy?
I know it's crazy. And and sometimes, I was thinking this the other day, I had never said this. Sometimes, actually, I've been wrong before.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty much pieced together.
My anthem.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I had written that, and then a while after that, some other thought came to mind, and I said, "Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
If I put this together, it would make a song."
Yeah.
And then it did.
And
it was called "I've Been Wrong Before."
Yeah. Well, we're going to feature some of your music now, and we know Baby Blue is one of those that touches your heart, but Welcome to LJ touches everybody's heart.
It does. It's a fun song.
It's a fun song.
And I told the truth, and I made it rhyme.
Yeah. The best song, though, for fun and just feeling good, even if you're just walking through a parking lot, is Southern City Lights.
Yeah, it's fun,
Yeah,
too.
it just feels so good.
All them songs, about every song, a lot of songs I've written, I had Ella J in mind when I wrote them, Baby Blue, I was writing about Ella J. It's about the time that the pool room went out of business.
Oh, sad day.
I know. The best hot dogs and hamburgers. The best. Let me tell you something. If they had that pool room down there right now with all that foot traffic, like they had it back in the day, you'd sell how many hot dogs you had every day.
Yeah. It's funny now, out of the guys that you mentioned in your songs, there are only a few that have gone on. Most of them are still alive, aren't they?
Yeah, I think most of them, yeah.
And do they like that you complimented them by using them in the music?
Well, I've talked to one or two of them about it, and they were tickled about it. Yeah.
I can imagine. I can imagine. And I love the idea that you can that rhythm that gets going in Southern City Lights. You just you don't want it to end. You can be at a car show. You could be.
Song.
It's a cool one.
Another true song. Is so true. Every word of it is true. It's exactly how I used to live.
Yep.
My days and evenings and weekends were made of that very thing.
Yep. Well, let's talk a little bit because we're approaching the Christmas holidays before long. You have a great Christmas CD, and you have an original song on there.
Oh, yeah.
That talks
Merry
truly
Christmas,
about
Ella J.
you. Yeah, talks about you.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that heartful, and does it get to you
A bunch of that
sometimes?
song is real. Some of it I made up. Every song's like that. Every piece of it, usually ain't real or authentic, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of it is. And I was working Christmas Eve.
Yep.
and made up the part about the old man under the bridge. But all that about the kin folks would be coming down, but none of whom were mine. That's all true.
Yep. That was sad. The first time I heard it, I started crying, and I thought, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
And then I heard it again, and I played it on my Facebook page, I think, and people were saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm sitting here bawling my eyes out."
Yeah.
And I said, "I know,
Well,
I know."
Rest assured, everyone that hears it and everyone that cries,
Yeah.
rest assured, I sure cried when I was writing it. A lot.
Yeah. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Now, are you producing anything else for Christmas? You gonna redo that one, or are you gonna just put it back out?
No, I still have plenty of copies of that. That's done and over with. I don't know what I'd change on
It's a
that
great
Christmas
Christmas
album.
gift.
It's good.
Yeah, it's a great Christmas gift. Now let's talk about your next project. Will be the fan favorites, and you have your favorites, but then the fans have their favorite.
Yeah.
And one of them is about a black limousine.
Yeah. If I'm known for anything in this
That's
world,
it.
and I'm probably known for several things that we should not mention, and I'm sorry about that, folks. But if there's anything good that I'm known for, it'd have to be Long Black Limousine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Rebel Inn days. You were a kid. You were working as a school bus driver. You were doing music at the Rebel Inn. You then became, you worked over at the carpet place. You just kept on. You would have 2 or 3 jobs all the time.
I always did, yeah.
All the time.
When I played at the Rebel Inn, I was driving the school bus. And let me tell you this. Let me remind everybody, okay? I drove a bus for 41 years, and I missed very few days in that time. I missed a few days when Mom died, and I missed a few days when Daddy died. And other than that, there was no days missed to even count. None, hardly.
Crazy.
I drove 41 real years. And when I was playing at the Rebel Inn, played there for a long time, too. I was driving the bus, and I was working at Ella J. Garment. Okay?
Wow.
I was the cleanup guy. I had to clean up the factory every night. Every evening I cleaned it up. And
So that's why
so
you're
they could
so
come into
picky.
work the next morning, yeah. When they come in the next morning, everything had to be spotless. And I can remember on Fridays I would not clean it because I was playing, and I'd go over there on Sunday night and clean it.
Wow.
Or Saturday night, yeah.
Gosh, what memories.
I
What
know.
memories.
Working man blues, I tell you.
And we look back at life, and you're settled here. You have this amazing scenery. You have good friends, and let's talk about your good friends because it's important to you to spend time with them, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got one that's going to be 80 this weekend.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, he's a good one.
And
Happy
that's what,
birthday, Bob.
That's what life's about.
Yeah.
That's what life's about.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Well, I think that having your music out here, keeping you, I guess you entertain yourself by doing other people's music. Do you listen to other people and like their music as much as you do your own, or what do you think?
Well,
Is there anybody?
there's a real satisfaction when you write a song, and especially when you record it, and a lot of times do a lot of music in it and singing. There's a satisfaction in that's not present, no matter who it is, if it's your own.
Mhm.
And I believe that 100%.
So when you did Welcome to Ella J, you wrote it a long, long time ago, and then you recorded it. While it was sitting on the shelf, did you critique it? Did you change it? Did you add to it?
In my head, yeah, I was studying about it, and I'd have there's a real weird early version that you wouldn't believe.
Oh, wow.
And then I tweaked it and finished it up the way I did it. And
Was that the
put it
one
out
you were
about
sitting
15.
overlooking Ella J?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I was sitting on Lucille Avenue. Sorry, no, Skyline Drive. And I parked up there, and I was looking out over Paul Sellers' residence out over LJ. And and I wrote that song.
In one night.
For the most part. Yeah, for the most part.
Now, do you think we can share that with folks now? Let's take a break and let's play Welcome to LJ.
Play it.
Let's play
I'd like
it.
to
Let's
hear
play it. It's had a whole lot of playtime on YouTube.
Here's a little song I wrote.
Yep, and it's a good one. Here we go.
How y'all doing out there? Welcome to LJ. That's with a J.
About 90 miles north of Atlanta, where the Coosawhatee lay. They come out of the hills to pay their telephone bills in a town called LJ. When the mayor drove a shiny 62 Corvette, Slim was in a cruiser with a Cobra jet. What you see is exactly what you get if you come to LJ. Hey, LJ, a mighty fine place to be. LJ, good enough for you and me, yeah. Apple blossom, baby possum, muscadine wine. Leave all your troubles at the welcome sign. I'm so proud to call a piece of this mine a town called LJ.
How you like them apples?
Two rivers run right through the middle of town. And late in the evening when the sun goes down, you can drive through and hear the happy sounds of the folks in LJ. Now way back in the summer of '73, the Red Dot parking lot was the place to be. But you could get more than what you bargained for back in those days in LJ. Yeah, you could. LJ, a mighty fine place to be. LJ, good enough for you and me. Yeah, 69 Road Runner, Charger RT, pistol grip 4-speed, 383. Boys, that's the way it all used to be, right here in LJ. LJ, a mighty fine place to be. LJ, don't you want to come and see? Yeah. Trout fishing, skinny dipping, party all night. Praise the Lord, honey, I saw Dwight picking on a Telecaster Saturday night on the streets of LJ. LJ, a mighty fine place to be.
ahead, Chief.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Folks, it's never been more true. It really is good to be back home again. There's a storm across the valley, clouds are rolling in. The afternoon lies heavy on my shoulder. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or so away. The whining of his wheels just makes it colder. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. You know it's good to be back home again. Home again.
As I travel through this pilgrim land, there is a friend who walks with me, leads me safely through the sinking sand. It is the Christ of Calvary. This will be my prayer, dear Lord, each day, that I may do the best I can. For I need the light to guide me day and night. Blessed Jesus, hold my hand. Jesus, hold my hand. Lord, I need thee every hour. Through this land, pilgrim land, protect me by thy power. Hear my feeble plea, dear Lord, look down on me. When I'm ill in prayer, I hope to meet you there. Blessed Jesus, hold my hand. Let me travel in your light divine, that I may see the blessed way. Keep me that I may be wholly thine, and sing redemption song someday. I will be a soldier brave and true, never firmly take my stand. As I onward go and daily need the foe, blessed Jesus, hold my hand. Jesus, hold my hand. Lord, I need thee every hour. valley down toward the setting of the sun. Lead me safely to a land of rest if by the crown of life I've won. I have put my faith in thee, dear Lord, that I may reach that golden strand. There's no other friend on whom I can depend. Blessed Jesus, hold my hand. Jesus, hold my hand. Lord, I need thee. Through this pilgrim land, protect me by thy power. Hear my feeble plea. Dear Lord, look down on me. When I kneel in prayer, I hope to meet you there. Blessed Jesus, hold my hand.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun,
Hey guys, we're back. What a wonderful evening. What a wonderful afternoon. Dwight Sanford, Mr. J, thank you so much for allowing us to invade your privacy, because we have been to where this is God's country. This is truly God's country.
I love it here.
So beautiful. I love your tree. That oak tree is just magnificent, absolutely gorgeous. And the fact that it started as a tiny, tiny little seedling, and look at it now. My goodness, we've got some great shots
I watched him
of
grow.
that. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
I watched him grow everything you see there.
Well, we want to encourage our viewers to pick up one of your CDs. If you want to get in touch with him, you can actually email me at the Cherie Show, TheCherieshow@hotmail.com, and we'll reply. He's got all his CDs available and got some of the coolest T-shirts. Cool T-shirts.
They're coming.
And for you old dudes who like 57 Fords, you will love these T-shirts because candy is on the T-shirt. So, again, get in touch with me.
Yeah.
It's been such a pleasure being here, and this is like a vacation. I would call this a daycation. So,
absolutely, it's got to be a vacation.
Thank you very much for this is my all-inclusive paid-for vacation. All I had to do was cook a little.
Yeah.
So that's
well,
cool.
You did a good job cooking.
Well,
that was really good.
Thank you
for
very much.
that.
Now, we're going to leave now. You're going to give us one of my favorite songs, one of those that every time I went to Blue Ridge, Georgia, I put it in my 8-track on my 66 Chevelle, and up the road I went. So you're going to do one of my favorites?
Yep. Country Roads, Take Me Home, Country Roads. In 1971, me and Jackie Dunn was running up and down that road right out there. This was on the radio. It's an evening by the fire. It's been a good day. Thanks for watching. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, flowing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning hour, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. I'm driving down a road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday.